President Yoon Suk-yeol, the leader of his party, who had supported his impeachment, announced his resignation.
Han Dong-hoon, the leader of Yoon's People Power Party, resigned Monday morning.
Fighting between the Congolese army and M23 rebels has intensified in eastern Congo ahead of scheduled peace talks.
The escalation has raised concerns about the stability of the region and the potential for further displacement of civilians.
The United States has reportedly been in direct contact with the Syrian group that ousted Bashar Assad, despite its designation as a terrorist organization.
This development comes as Secretary of State Antony Blinken concludes his Middle East mission.
Mysterious drone sightings have sparked concerns across the United States, prompting calls for increased transparency from government agencies.
Senator Chuck Schumer has criticized the lack of information provided to the public.
The opinions expressed on this program are those of the host or guest and should not be interpreted as statement of fact. Independent fact-checking and corrections are encouraged.
Can we get a cup of coffee in here, please? Damn good coffee and hot.
My dog is your mind's best friend.
No, he's not. Look a little white.
My dog is your mind's best friend.
Wake up, America. You've got a dog that needs walking. That's right, sunshine. Just put on a big pot of strong coffee and get ready to type your little hate mail with your opinions about kumbaya
Hate mail.
and flat earth insanity. Stand-up comedy? You want stand-up comedy? Well, we've got sit-down comedy. It's time for Coffee with the Dog. You make me laugh.
Why? Why do I continue to live? That's the question. All right, music. I could just kill the music. Maybe the music will just kill me. That. Oh, what's going on over there? We have things. Good morning. It's Wednesday, Hump Day. Wednesday, December 18th, 2024. 1 week from Christmas Day, and I have not bought a single present for anybody. Haven't done anything, and I still feel like guackity guac. What is this? Arabic language? GD's putting stuff in the private chat for me. I don't know. Am I supposed to read this? I can't read. Still sick. On NyQuil. And fuzzy-headed, delirious, and stupid. All of that. And hopefully you're feeling better than I am. Hopefully. See that? I'm a nice guy. I'm wishing good things on you. How about that? I'm wishing you're feeling better than I am. We have a kumbaya day, and I'm not in the mood for fucking kumbaya. I'm sorry. Maybe I should just hand the show over. Let the guy take it. I know Steven has to get out of here. He's not going to be around for the squeaky wheelchair guy in hour two. The squeaky wheelchair guy. I know the squeaky wheel gets the grease. The squeaky wheelchair guy, I don't know what he gets. I hope he doesn't get what I got, because what I got just makes you stupid, obviously. Well, not like I wasn't stupid before I got what I got, but now I'm extra stupid. Anyway, in the first hour, we have somebody named Chindia Ilanka, maybe, known as the Quantum Rebel. Sounds like a bunch of kumbaya. So we're going to have kumbaya on the weird shit out there. Let's just all manifest, believe, blah, blah, blah. Think positive thoughts, make good things happen. God. And then a motivational speaker, a guy in a wheelchair telling me stop making excuses. Like, I'm not making excuses. I just want to lay down and die. I'm not making. That's not an excuse. No excuse there. Anyway, are you tired of my curmudgeonly bullshit yet? I am. I'm sick of it. But I am not in the mood for kumbaya. And it could get a little tense because, first of all, explain to me quantum rebel and manifestation and all that kind of stuff. And do it on a level where it can get through the NyQuil and talk to me like I'm a 5-year-old. Don't talk to me about quantum entanglement and particles and consciousness. Speak like a fucking regular fucking person and tell me exactly how this shit is supposed to work. Can you tell I'm in a bad mood? I'm in a bad mood. And I'm in a bad mood because of a lot of things. It's the realization that the resistance is dead, that we're a month away from full-on Fourth Reich, and the Fourth Reich only ends one way. And there's nothing anybody's going to do to even try to strike back in resistance. We're just going to let shit happen. Yesterday I was talking about Trudeau possibly resigning. That seems closer to being a reality today. The guy in South Korea has resigned. So there you go. You can force people to resign, I guess, but not narcissists, not complete narcissists. You can't force them to resign. They will never resign. Hitler did never. He would have never resigned under any circumstances. And that's where we are. So I'm bummed out. I'm sick, and I'm not a happy guy. I'm not feeling the kumbaya. It's not a good day for me to be going kumbaya, rowing down a lazy river. Or whatever, river. Yeah, I'm going to play a sponsor piece. Maybe I should get high daily and just forget about it all. Just sit here, Daily High Club.
With humble East Coast beginnings in 2015, Daily High Club is the premier destination for glass water pipes, vaporizers, and consumption accessories. If you're looking to elevate your smoking game to the next level,
by the way,
you're in the right place.
Consumption
with
accessories.
over 1 million top-quality smoking products sold, and with a growing base of over 10,000 monthly subscribers worldwide, we deliver the ultimate smoking experience. But Daily High Club is not just a retailer. We're lovers of the smoking scene ourselves, working with giants like Tommy Chong, Snoop Dogg, Chanel West Coast, and more. Ready to join the Daily High Club? Let our experts curate your collection with our awesome El Primo monthly subscription box, or grab one of our fun and unique pieces from our smoke shop. Click the link in the description below this video to get this party started now.
Yeah, party. Big friggin' party we got going here. I'm high on NyQuil. That's what I'm high on. Good morning, gentlemen. Yesterday I forgot to say it was Tuesday. Whatever day it was. Tuesday, December 17th, yesterday it was. I forgot to say that. So if you're watching this show, you know that the day before was Tuesday. First time that's happened in a long time. But in the room with me right now are Ron Kumbaya Kane, Stephen Squeaky Kumbaya, Sitcom Ortiz, and GD. I'm so fucking happy. I feel like I drank a bottle of NyQuil.
Goddamn right.
Good morning, America. MindDogTV.com. The question of the day is, are those prices demonstrated in the ad for whatever that sponsor was, so I can't remember, Daily High Club, are those prices still relevant? Have they changed? We've been running that ad for like 9 years, and those prices don't seem to have changed. Are they the same prices? And also, today is Wear a Plunger, National Wear a Plunger on Your Head Day. I ask you, if you have a plunger on your head, who's the real sucker? Unless that plunger is a polar plunger, and then again, they should be on your face, not your head. MindDogTV.com. Enjoy the suffering and support your local mercenaries.
Ian's not a fan of Daily High Club. He says those pieces suck. I think you're supposed to suck on those pieces. But
yeah, if you're sticking your dick in it, you're doing it wrong.
Yeah. NyQuil is our sponsor today. You should drink lots of NyQuil and just lay around and go,
I was just going to say, dude, you look like a NyQuil commercial right now, man. Not like...
No. He doesn't look like the commercial. It looks like the part they cut from the commercial because they still want to sell product.
Right. What's it? It's a nighttime something.
Nighttime sneezing, coughing, headache, best sleep you've ever gotten with a cold medicine.
So you can sleep. You forgot that. That's the part but I didn't. I wasn't sleeping.
Oh. Whiskey also works too.
Honestly,
whiskey is the active ingredient in NyQuil.
Not enough.
Will make you feel better. A couple of them, at least for the time being.
Are you guys in the mood for Kumbaya, Quantum Entanglement, Quantum Rebel? Let's make a better world. Visionary, here's
the problem I was having with it. I was reading it, and having studied this for a few years, we never used bullshit language like that.
That's exactly what I'm talking about, man.
And I'm just saying, I don't have a problem with the concept. I don't have a problem with the feeling good and trying to, even the concept of trying to attract positivity by acting in a positive way. I don't have a problem with that.
That's too complicated.
I'm just saying, but when you start just trying to out bullshit the other person with bigger words or more archaic language, it's just bullshit.
You try to talk like you're fucking Stephen Hawking or Albert Einstein and get into quantum physics when you never studied quantum physics.
To the island, please.
This is
Michael Zinn. We're using quantum in the comedic sense, not in the scientific sense. Right. We're using the theatrical, the theatrical version, theatrical meaning of quantum.
Explain it to me like I'm a 5-year-old who drank way too much NyQuil.
If you're a good boy, good things will come to you.
What happens if you use quantum jizz mechanics? That's what I use.
That requires some really advanced schlong division, and I would not recommend it for beginners.
Well,
and don't get it wet because then it sticks.
Are you guys working on your New Year's resolutions? Because this is part of it. The New Year's resolutions, right? You set your intent for the new year. I don't know. Why can't you do it in fucking June?
Listen,
I don't know.
I think setting a New Year's resolution, you're setting yourself up for failure because 99% of people don't follow through.
Well, 1 year ago, I don't know if you know this, but 1 year ago today, I'm going to have $30,000 in 30 days. On January 15th, I'm going to have $30,000, and I'm so positive I'm going to have it. I'm going to borrow $10,000 from a friend and give it away.
No, listen. I have a goal for 2025, not a resolution. I have a goal, and
to get $30,000 by January 15th.
No,
I'm not sure how that worked out. Can we find out how that worked out?
We'll look that up. But no, my goal is simple, man. I just want to perform in more actual clubs this year. That's my goal. Is to be more.
Hey, get out of Indiana. Get out of Indiana.
Yes.
Let's just be clear. You want to do stand-up comedy in Nazi Germany? That's what you. Well, yes. Well, I mean, that's where you are, and you want to do stand-up comedy.
Listen. That's like asking a guy getting raped in prison, do you want to fuck guys? Because that's where you are. Like, he doesn't want to, but he kind of has to. That's kind of my situation, Like, I don't want to do it in Nazi Germany, but I mean,
but you're in Nazi Germany, and your goal is to perform stand-up comedy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good luck with that.
That's all I can do. What else am I gonna do?
You could get yourself a what do you call those?
It does not work. You can get AI. It doesn't work.
I'm not AI. AI is different. Long range rifles and become a sniper and take out all the rich oligarchs that run.
Listen. I think if we make a school and put all the CEOs in there, somebody will take I think that's the solution.
CEO school.
The CEOs are just it's marching shoulders too. We need the oligarchs who own us all. The Peter Thiels, the fucking Elon Musk, all those people. They're not really just he's not the CEO of anything, right? He's the chairman of the board.
Remember, it's terrorism because it's one person, but a mass shooting, that is just called,
Yeah, Thank you very much.
That's called a cliffhanger. What Ron just did is called a cliffhanger.
Yeah,
We have to wait. Ron, you got frozen before you delivered your last night. You said it's a never heard. It's a cliffhanger. Now we're all waiting.
That's what I feel like. I feel like I'm gonna just drop dead in the middle of a word, and that would be a good thing.
Do we get to guess on which word? I mean, do we take a poll on which word you're going to drop dead in the middle of?
Ooh, can I go first? Placenta.
Okay, go ahead. Placenta. Oh, what's your word, Ron?
No, I was just going to ask Matt. Is he gonna bounce, or is he just going to complain for 2 hours that he's not feeling good?
What do you mean bounce? I can't bounce. I'm not made of rubber.
Well, you sound like you're dying. You look like you're dying,
Right.
And
I might die. There's definitely that possibility.
You're asking, are you going to hang around and die here, or are you going to leave and die in your bed?
Oh. Well, this is my... I don't know if you know this, but I don't ever leave this chair. This is where I sleep at night.
I know one time I got up at 4 a.m. and I didn't realize I left all this on, and I come in and Matt's sitting at the computer with a jar of cookies, and I'm pretty sure was watching My Little Pony. So he's not lying. He lives there.
My Little Pony.
Welcome to Minucci's.
Was that the Pornhub version of My Little Pony?
No, real My Little Pony. He's a brony.
So police say Wisconsin school shooter's motive appears to be a combination of factors. Do you know what the combination of factors are? You saying I have to read the fucking article? Is that what you're telling me I have to do?
I'm gonna say bullying. Bullying is one aspect of it. Then everything else that comes with bullying.
Well, think about this though. Okay, you have a trans kid, and let's.
How do you know that?
No one. Yeah.
I've been seeing it all over.
Yeah, it doesn't mean it's true.
Okay, well, regardless, trans or not, okay, bullying. Okay, you get bullied enough, you get treated bad enough, you're bound to snap. Now, why white people go right for guns, I don't know. I don't know what happened to fisticuffs.
No, they're not even going right to guns anymore. You just said it. What people are going right to. It's whether the person is trans or not.
Well,
that's the narrative. They're hoping with all their might that it's somebody that's trans.
It seems to be trans in the sense that she was born a girl and transitioned into a girl.
Puberty. Okay, got it.
Natalie Rupp now, who will change their name to Samantha.
Well, the reason I brought up the trans thing is this, right? Is it, and as soon as the election results came in, right? Like my wife started facing like blatant racism. I have gay friends that have been facing like just blatant homophobia, right? And if this person was trans, I mean, think about what kind of shit that this person would have been going through on top of the regular bullying they may have already been going through.
Right.
You know, now we live in a world now where people are comfortable going after people who are different and beating them up and treating them like shit. It's bound to happen. I'm not defending the person for what they did, obviously, because again, I don't know why we have to go to fucking guns right away. But
well, you bully somebody enough, they're gonna lash out in some way.
Yeah, at some point they're going to. I've been there. In 7th grade, I got kicked in the chest every day at lunch in my wheelchair. So I finally snapped. I went to lunch on my crutches and I broke the kid's knee.
I remember when you shot me and you laughed. You said, "Ha ha ha, old man, take that."
I would never call you that if I was shooting you.
What are we going to do about the guns being trans? I mean, I have a 9mm that identifies as a shotgun. I respect.
Well, and see, I have a shotgun that identifies as a super soaker. So yeah. So I don't know, man. Maybe if we focus on
Ron, I think you need. Well, you did the right thing by saying you respect that you're what was it, a 9mm? You know, obviously it's 9mm. That's pretty short. That's
3mm longer.
It's not suffering from bullet envy. Maybe it wants to be like something like a 203. You know, I don't know.
I just want all of these deeply closeted, hateful, homophobic people to just accept the dick, man. Just take the gay. You know, you're pushing it away, you're denying it when really you want it badly, and that's why you're mad, because you can't accept it openly. And I get that.
Well,
I'm coming for you,
Can we manifest a guest that's going to piss me off because obviously I have not manifested quantumly enough to get my particle.
We are probably in the wrong dimension to actually pick her up. We need to be in a different dimension. But I don't have the energy.
I felt like I was probably going to yell.
I have a question for Ron though, and I'm kind of serious about this. I'm saying, like, 9mm. Does that refer to the diameter of the bullet, the girth of the bullet? The bullet, or what's 9mm as opposed to like a 38? Is a 38 that much bigger, or 44?
38 is 0.38, 0.38 of an inch. A 9mm is measured. It was from the metric system, but it's 0.9. It's width of the bullet.
Oh, okay. So it's 0.38 and 0.44 and
0.38 of an inch. They measure, for some reason, like a 38 is measured on inches. It's 0.38, but 9mm is for some reason it feels more European or Canadian.
You can also have a 38 or a 380. So 0.380.
Oh.
It's
the same fucking number.
Yeah. Now is that based on where it was manufactured?
It's the same number, but they're different rounds.
Yeah.
Crazy.
It doesn't say anywhere in this article about trans anything, which is kind of weird because we have been hearing trans this, trans that the whole time with this story.
That's the hope. That is the hope. That's the narrative, because like over the summer in Butler, they were hoping, but all they got was just another former Republican white guy. And someone is right now with their fingers crossed. Come on, because that's a better narrative they can try and sell to their base.
I have another bullet question. Would bullets be more accurately described if they, instead of going by the diameter of the shell casing, if they went by the weight of the powder inside the casing?
No, it's usually
isn't that more important than how wide a bullet is?
No, it's usually the brain spray their body leaves on the wall.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
the damage it did would be far more, I don't know, productive to kind of understand. Like this thing will fucking rip a 3-inch hole in a human being from 1,000 feet away. We'll call it a 3-incher. I don't know.
So we have like a standard distance of like how far the bullet is away. So let's say with eyesight, it's like the standard distance I think is 20 feet when they do a test. 20 feet. So with a bullet, we'll say 100 feet, and then we'll go 100. And so like eyesight is like 20/20. So bullets would be like 130. It would blow a 30-inch hole in your head from 100 feet away, or something like that. 30-inch hole in your chest from 100 feet away.
I'm coughing without even knowing I'm coughing now.
Now you sound man.
Finish inside me.
Barking.
The
we should work on that. It's a new standard for bullets. I think it'll catch on.
You're right. The parents enrolled this kid. It doesn't say anything about trans kids. They enrolled their daughter in a shooting club. But you know what? At some point, if you're going to arm your kid and teach him how to kill people, you have to kind of also do weekly. How's everything going at school? You feel? Are you okay? I mean, what's your state of mind like? Because you can't just like arm kids. I know what I was like as a kid, and I'm not the typical example, but kids in general are pretty bipolar. One day happy, one day sad, one day shit's going on, and all sorts of drama and all this stuff. You got to monitor that stuff. You just don't give them a gun and say, "All right, you're an adult now. You're 15."
Yeah, especially with teenagers, because their mood changes constantly.
Right, that's exactly what I'm talking about.
Yeah, and to say like, "Here you go," but then we don't know all the details and shit like that. So
I agree. But you also, and again, it doesn't say anything about trans in this kid. But I think if you understand what a Christian school is, and you send your kid to that school, and knowing that they are having gender issues,
that's why I almost doubt the trans. The trans part of it, because they're hoping, but this is a Christian school. It's a possibility, but more than likely, or maybe she was gay, and it's Christians are known to be mean too. I mean,
Pray
they
away
are
the
people.
gay.
Well,
Yeah.
My concern is that she's gone to a Christian school and she learned nothing about Christianity. I mean, she took a gun to school and she should have been using a nail gun right then and
Well,
there.
no, that is
This is
Christianity.
Yeah.
That is Christianity because
no
Turn the other
nail gun is
cheek.
Christianity. That's your
when
nail.
someone doesn't conform to your beliefs, you kill them. That is the Christian way. See history.
Well, I think you're mixing up traditional Christianity with American Christianity, but yeah,
Well,
I agree.
I mean, here's the thing.
Christianity
So,
across the board. Check out world history.
so it's not it. Christian schools are not they're not absent of trans kids. I've taught a couple at a Christian school, so they're there, and it almost seems like the parents send them there to try to get them out of it. Because for example, the one it always gets sent wearing a skirt with the polo, very much wants to be a boy, very much wants to, not allowed to. And then the other one kind of vice versa. So it's just really it does happen, and I've seen these kids get picked on to the point where I let the one kid sit with me at my desk and stay with me because they would not leave him alone.
Great. So the other kids picking on, they get touched by you. That's really bad.
Oh no.
Stephen Jeselnik here on the morning show. Stephen Jeselnik, ladies and gentlemen. Jesus Christ.
If anyone's gonna touch them trans kids, it's gonna be me. No, that's not what happened at all.
I watched the Jeselnik thing last night, and I forgot about the thing where he talked about age of consent and all that kind of stuff, and that was very funny. Especially on a NyQuil head, I was laughing out loud. But there were parts of it where I don't want my wife listening to what I'm laughing at. I feel like I'm going to get in trouble.
If she was in a program where they put her in for like pray away the gay, it actually makes sense why she would come back to school with a rifle.
Yeah, I get it.
Because if you know anything about those programs, they're horrible. They do shitty things to people. And if you keep pushing somebody, no matter what age, they eventually break at some point.
That's exactly the point. You can't just keep pushing people, keep bullying people forever and ever, and not expect some backlash. Same thing with whatever Luigi and all these people. I mean, people weren't like just saying, yeah, we should just cook it. And maybe I was, but most normal people were not saying this is the thing we should do. But you have to understand that this is to be expected. If you're going to keep putting people down, bullying them, forcing them into subservience, that they're going to rebel, and they're going to rebel violently eventually. So. Yeah.
Well, it looks as though that if that's the case, and they're going to start using guns to go after CEOs and things like that, because I know they don't care about children being shot. So, but if they're going to start going after CEOs, then I think the Republicans will start to protect their rich donors and want to ban guns.
Yeah. They'll never come, because it's still, even in that wake of that Luigi thing, they were saying it wasn't the gun. Pencils don't make spelling mistakes. People do, and guns.
I beg to differ. I've seen the difference between a number 2 pencil and a number 1 pencil and a number 3 pencil being used on tests. Number 2 pencils are better; they're more accurate. That's why the standard is a number 2 pencil. So no, that's wrong. This is out. They're wrong there. That's wrong.
Yeah, I think with that guy Luigi, I think he actually has started a fire, and we have no idea how it's going to spread yet. Because especially with them they're going to charge him with terrorism.
Yeah.
And people are pissed off about that, especially when a mass shooting is not terrorism. So
it seems ass backwards, doesn't it?
It is.
Terrorism affects the people versus one singular act.
I think you meant to say brass backwards, but go ahead.
It's craziness, man. It's fucking craziness.
And people are going to be pissed about that. I could see how this trial gets crazy and Luigi gets off.
He's not he hasn't admitted that he did it, right?
No.
So how could you call it terrorism if you don't know that he's pleading not guilty, saying he's not the guy? You got the wrong guy.
Well, And what they tried to say is like it's politically motivated. It was part of the reasoning. Well, what the fuck is a mass shooting then?
Right, but you can't even get to motive until you're sure you got the right guy. I mean, you have to go look into his background and say, well, what was his motive? And his motive seemed to be, I mean, Luigi, he seemed to be very pro CEO kind of. So where did they even get that?
Yeah,
Where
that's what's crazy is looking at this guy and how he was brought up. It seems like he lived with money. He didn't seem poor or broke. But the point of the fact is, but the point of the matter is he decided to take matters into his own hand. And the thing is like if you want to call it terrorism, if he was going to get charged with terrorism, he should have just went in and shot up the whole building then, right? But no, he went after the guy that he felt is the most responsible.
Right.
Okay, there's a slight difference.
That's murder.
Okay.
he didn't shout out Al Akbar, right?
No, but you know what? We can call it genocide.
But there's a legal definition of terrorism as opposed to what we think of as terrorists. And that is in New York. I believe they're saying that he is trying to influence, I guess, political conversation, political results, or something like that, as opposed to just regular mass shooting.
But where did they get? I understand that, but where did they get the fact that where they drawing that conclusion from that he was trying to make a political statement about it?
Manifesto. He had a 3-page manifesto, and one of the things I'm not looking at the manifesto now, but I understand that one of the sentences says something like, "This had to be done," or something like that. And you want to take out one person. Let's see here. I can't remember. I'm not looking at it.
All right. Well,
I didn't want to print out the manifesto on my computer.
Yeah, don't do that. That's gonna get the FBI to your door. Why has this guy downloaded this thing 4 times and printed it twice?
Right, I had enough trouble getting off of the list the first time I was on it. So
we need a sound effect of a car skidding out. That's what we need.
I think we can get that. That's not too hard to get.
I'm sorry. Because you.
So the top, this is what I wake up to, and this is why I'm such a fucking ready to fucking just put me to sleep type of guy. That's the top story of this school shooting. Then the next story is about a top general in Ukraine getting killed. Then Trump already delivering on the promise to go after the press. A political article today.
Oh, and the January Sixers. Don't forget those dudes.
Yeah.
Oh, and they're releasing the ethics committee report on Matt Gaetz. Gates. So,
Gates.
Yeah, Gates. Sorry, yes, Gates. So we're gonna see hopefully all the dirt that they got on him before he took.
It's
off.
Not redacted, is it?
Oh, probably nothing comes out from it.
It has to be redacted because a lot of the girls were minors, and you don't want their names out.
Oh, dude, they're gonna. Here's the thing. I don't know. Is the ethics committee? I imagine is bipartisan, correct?
It is 5 and 5.
5 and 5. So half of them are probably going to want it redacted. The other half probably not so much. So it's probably going to be heavily redacted. Would be my guess.
I don't care about Matt Gaetz. I don't care about him. I'm happy that he's had
the younger the better drops today at 1 p.m.
I wish him the absolute worst in his life, and may he get ass raped.
Luigi. Hope he gets Luigi.
No, I think he should get ass raped by Jim Jordan.
Won't be governor of Florida anytime soon.
No, you know what would be perfect? The perfect justice, if there were justice, would be Matt Gaetz getting ass raped by a bunch of wrestlers screaming for help while Jim Jordan just said, I don't see anything.
Why you gotta be so mean to the wrestlers, man? I get it.
Because the wrestlers were rapers. Listen, the goal in wrestling, whether it's Roman Greco actual wrestling, or amateur wrestling or professional wrestling, the goal is to rub your junk on another man's face. That's how you win.
Yeah, but that also sounds like
I think
college.
You're talking about a teabagging party, man. That's the teabag. That's the teabag.
You're right. They're one and the same. That's my point. Wrestling is teabagging.
Not all wrestling matches are teabag matches. They're ladder matches. They're chair matches. They're table matches. There's a match where they have like a case full of money at the top of the thing, and you have to build a ladder and grab
Money
that.
in the Bank.
So
yeah.
See, so teabagging is just one event.
But here's the thing, though. I know you guys think it's super gay, but you got to remember, there was a time when there was bras and panties matches. There was stripper pole matches.
But those are all men. Those are all men participating in those things.
No,
there was a time when the gay guys grew beards.
No,
these
were
give me a
women.
fucking break.
These
It was always gay. It was always homoerotic. It was always about.
I had said yesterday, yes, you cannot ignore the under or overtones.
It was about the smell of penis attracting other penis
All right,
guys.
everyone, take a step back. We're obviously all engorged and excited right now.
Yes, I want to come everywhere.
I'm not.
His hands were soft and supple.
That's what I needed right there.
I'm delirious. I'm not excited. I know they look the same.
That is the wrestler's mantra.
So I could not manifest. Maybe I manifested her out of the picture today by just being such a negative guy. She picked up on my vibe through the quantum entanglement. Said, "Fuck that! I'm not gonna get yelled at by this fucking."
She tuned in, immediately heard I'm not in the mood for kumbaya, and was like, "I'm out."
Yeah, that's all I got is kumbaya. I'm out.
Or she's on God time. She could be on God time, and and therefore she's not aware that we have a different standard than God.
The thing now, the Trump going after the press and the Stephanopoulos thing, ABC, I think that set a bad precedent right from the beginning. And I'm wondering if people are going to cower. Like alternative media, I don't think. I'm not expecting.
You mean more people cower?
Yes. I mean, well, I'm thinking about, because I do think the mainstream media will cower. I'm not sure Rachel Maddow will just let them just fucking intimidate her into not speaking her mind. Right. But most of them will. I mean, we're seeing George, Morning Joe and George Stephanopoulos and all these people okay, boss, we'll just play
now, did
nice.
George Stephanopoulos, because I know ABC settled, but did George Stephanopoulos also bow down, or did he?
It's hard to tell. He deleted his Twitter account because he didn't want to respond to any of the criticisms about this. I don't know if he's pushing back against the network, but he's still doing his show. I would have quit then. I would have said, "Fuck you! If you're not going to stand behind me." And then, but that's me, and you see how successful I've been.
I believe he had the law on his side, because even though ABC or Stephanopoulos said that Trump was credibly accused of rape, the judge himself said that there was no evidence to say that he didn't rape her. So that's
the judge clarified at the reading of the verdict that although the verdict, I forget, sexual assault or whatever it was, right, that in what he did was violate her in the terms of real people. Judge, in his decision, he said this, that right, basically it's rape. It's what we know as rape. So the judge said that in this little summation there. It is rape. Listen, they're more concerned with George Stephanopoulos calling it at what it is than they are that a guy walked up behind a woman and stuck his fingers up her cunt without asking her. This is where we are with the fucking Republican Party. They have no fucking principles. They are more outraged that a guy would call a rapist than a guy actually doing a rape. But the thing about the press has got me really concerned. Like, who's going to just cower out and not speak up? Because if that happens, we are truly giving up all resistance, right? We're just letting them fucking march over.
What's going to happen is your maybe whatever traditional media maybe kind of feel like they're on the fence or under pressure, but the news and stuff like that is coming from people on TikTok and things like that. That's where a lot of people start to get their news. And once someone starts uploading shit, like they're out on the streets showing shit, I mean, that's really the motivation to ban TikTok, is because it's a great way to easily assemble people. It's also a great way to get a message out there too, and organize people. And if fascists fear anything, it's organization, because then they can't do their bullshit.
Let's
So
clarify
really,
what's going on with TikTok.
the future is not like regular legacy media. The future is going to be somebody like you or me on the fucking street with their phone.
Well, to be clear, what's happening with TikTok right now is they aren't continuing to talk about banning it. There is a mandate that they have to sell off to by mid-January, I think it is.
January 19th.
Yeah, to an American company or a Canadian company. What the fuck is that all?
It has to be an American company, but there's already some of the provisions they already meet. Like they wanted TikTok to have their servers on U.S. soil, but their servers have always been on U.S. soil, and they want an American company to take the one piece of it. But the thing they're trying to get, which TikTok will not give up, and the Chinese government, is that algorithm. And I'm kind of
that's what they want. That's what they want.
And it's like any IP, it's you want to own it. So
explain that. And again, don't go fucking quantum nonsense on me. Explain it like I'm a NyQuil up 5-year-old.
The motivation for the ban TikTok is all based on the TikTok algorithm.
The algorithm that sends you fucking milk pouring over people's heads. That's they want.
That's Instagram. That's Instagram.
Oh.
But the algorithm on TikTok is extremely valuable, and that's
my fucking god. That's TikTok, right?
That is American companies saying that to TikTok. They got their cocks out because YouTube can't compete. Instagram or Meta cannot compete with TikTok, and that's what these companies want.
Basically, TikTok's algorithm is one that is able to. It's like the drug. It's like the blue crystal meth from Breaking Bad, right? Because it knows how to get your niche, it knows how to understand you, and it knows how to suck you in and make you get lost for an hour on 10, 20-second, 1-2 minute videos, right? And no other company's been able to get close. I think Vine was maybe close to it, but it never centered in like TikTok does.
But is it influencing? Are there people on there who are really going there with the idea of political motivation? Because in order for an algorithm to get to know you, you go on and you start to look at stuff, and then it says, "Oh, look, Steven likes looking at fucking pictures of fucking dicks or whatever," and then it starts sending you more dick pics. Nobody's going to TikTok to look for political stuff.
Some are. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
TikTok right now is considered one of the biggest news sources next to X.
How is that ASMR stuff? Because that's what I'm being told by almost all the TikTok experts, that the trick to owning the algorithm on TikTok is ASMR stuff.
Yeah,
essentially,
and that's because of the algorithm, the way it locks in on you and the way it sucks you in. And then they had an ASMR where it's getting an actual, not just a mental reaction, but a physical reaction too. Yeah, that's 100%.
How again? You're way at a high level in this stuff for me. Give me an example of a political piece on TikTok.
Under the desk news is a perfect example of someone who's political. She is a reporter. I think she used to work.
I like her under the desk. It's a she under the desk.
She used to work for the Washington Post, and now she does like news reports, and she's very good at it. She knows her shit. She does her research, and that's what people like.
Can you look that up for me? Are you there right now? Because I'm just like, how many viewers she has, and I'm just interested.
Yeah.
Under the desk news. Let me see if I can look this up. Under the desk news, you say. I like
check this out. For example, even the mainstream media that gets on TikTok and stuff, even they trap people in the algorithm. They have 6.6 million followers with 186 million likes.
Yeah, she has 3.2 million followers.
That's not a lot in today's world. That's.
But for news, yeah,
that is a lot. She has a huge audience.
No, we're not talking about someone. We're talking about somebody doing something substantive. That's a lot, as opposed to someone who's just yanking out their tits and shaking it and getting 20 million viewers.
She looks like a Maddow type of person, right? Is that who? Do I have the right person? Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, 3.2 million followers. That's not huge in a worldwide.
In TikTok,
Again,
it
with,
is.
yeah.
She
Well,
is. She's killing it.
somebody like
and
Luke Beasley. Luke Beasley has people you never heard of have like 100 million followers on like YouTube.
Yeah,
Yeah, but if you look at
they've
social
carved
media,
niches. That's
like
it.
look at social media being used for news. Take X for example, which has always had a political lean, obviously. But I mean, Alex Jones is averaging 3 million viewers per stream.
Per stream.
3 million live viewers per stream, and he'll maintain that number for hours.
Where
Like-
where does he stream now? He's not even on because they have a lot of far rights on Rumble. That Rumble's almost all far right. I don't see him on there. Where
it could
is
be
he
on
now?
8 Train.
He's on X. Alex Jones is on X.
He's on X. He's streaming to X.
Yeah,
Yeah,
full time.
I've never seen him on there.
Yeah, I mean they're desperate for content. So
Yeah, Alex Jones gets he averages. There was one time I was on the toilet at 2 a.m. I'm on X scrolling through, and Alex Jones was live with 780,000 people at 3 a.m. Like, what the fuck, dude? Like, it's crazy. It's
again,
people,
think about the fact that at 3 a.m. it's not 3 a.m. everywhere. It's 3 a.m. where you are, and it's a worldwide platform.
Well,
so
yeah, okay, yes, but Alex Jones, he's in Austin, Texas, so it's 2 a.m.
Yeah, but those viewers could be in fucking Hong Kong.
Yeah.
And it's not 3 a.m.
they're doing well. If you got a couple million followers on TikTok, you are doing well. You're making
better than I am for sure. But it's just not
money.
It's not like
You have
massive
knowledge.
influence. So,
It is an influence, though. That's what you're missing, Boomer. It's an influence.
It's an influence, but it's small potatoes compared to all the influencers on YouTube who have hundreds of millions of followers who have run political channels that do deep dives into this stuff, not
How
short.
many followers did you say she has?
3.2 million.
Yeah, just on TikTok.
Okay. Now how many views or how many likes?
She's got 212 million likes.
Right.
Now how many? Now look at her. Like, what are the views like on her videos?
5.3 million, 14.7 thousand, 168K.
She's in
3,020
and millions. Yeah. So,
they vary. They vary
that's
from millions to thousands and back and
That's
forth.
100% influence. I mean, that's exactly like these. Like, for example, look at the streamers that are famous right now, right? I mean, some of those guys only have 5, 6, 7 million followers, but those guys are the guys hanging out.
Most of her videos have less than 10% of watch time on them. So 6%, 9%, 7% watch time. Basically, people start to watch it and click off.
And you cannot. Oh, go ahead.
Say yes. So, meaning if anyone with a brain looks at that and says, "Okay, so now I need to make sure I get the message out quick, or make sure that
that's not what it says to me.
Well, no, it just sounds like he's not.
No, it's not what it says to me. What it says to me is these are bots. Bot viewers will watch for 6% or 7%.
It's possible. Yeah, you're 100% right. There's a good possibility that she could be utilizing bots. But at the end of the day, the odds of her paying for 200 million likes with TikTok is views. It's 100% doable, but likes, it's different because when you get all that interaction, TikTok investigates it.
Right.
Yeah, with lives and things like that because she's doing lives. And Steven mentioned streamers and influence. I mean, you have that guy that I show speed, and there's another one. What's his name? Kai.
You have Kai, Sketch, Speed. You have Mr.
And
Beast.
These guys,
not Mr. Beast, but Ninja. You have all
these guys aren't news, but they have a huge influence. So if shit would go bad, if Kai is on his stream talking to his millions of people that are watching him, he could be on there saying, "Hey man, this fucking thing that the government's doing to us right now is really fucked up." And some people will be like, "What are you talking about?" He would get his influence would push people that way and say, "Oh, maybe we need to check this out."
Well, think about this though. Think about this. Trump has been on stream with some of these guys.
No, not with the liberal people.
Well, he said some.
No, with some of the streamers.
Yeah, with some of the streamers. That's exactly the point I was getting at. So you're talking about this person who is like a Maddow type looking lefty, her influence with 3.2 million. You look on Rumble right now, you have Dan Beningo with 380 million followers. 380 million followers compared to her 3.2.
Yeah,
but wait, just shush for a second, please. Dan Beningo is one of 7,000 right wingers with those kind of numbers. You have the one person with 3.2 million, you have another one with 5 million, whatever, and then you have this cluster of right wing Nazi motherfuckers with hundreds and hundreds of millions of, and even Stephen pointed out, Alex Jones, they are being swamped out massively by the other side.
You're not wrong.
No.
But that doesn't change the influence though, because even though the right wing is a big giant red wave on the internet, yes, but that doesn't mean that when the influencers on the left, when they drop stones, they're not making ripples themselves. They're still influencing. They're just influencing their own smaller side, but they're still influencing.
But once again, what you just said, Matt, is if he has that many followers, more than likely that guy definitely has bots.
No doubt about it. Steven Crowder, for one, like I know for a fact that his father bought him his platform by paying for bots. That's been well documented.
Who do you think is one of the most influential people on the internet right now?
Ben Shapiro, Joe Beningo, Rogan, Ruben, even.
No, it would be the Kardashians. They have more influence, especially Kim. Because she moves products, she's got her niche, she's got her audience, she's got like 100 million followers plus. Those people engage with her. That's not bots.
Well, think about
she's true influence. Unlike these right wingers that you're talking about, these guys are using bots because you want to talk about an audience that's not listening. More than likely, it's that audience. With that many people, you're not commanding that many people.
Scary thought, though. Imagine if Taylor Swift got political.
I'm just looking this up.
That'd be
where
scary,
you getting
think about that with her following?
where are you getting these data on Kim Kardashian's actual moving product and all that kind of stuff? Because she started out as a multi-millionaire. If that were the case, she'd be like, billionaire easily.
Yeah,
she is.
Her sister is a billionaire as well. Because she made her money in cosmetics, and as an influencer, she's brought in all sorts of cash. Her sister has a shit ton of followers too, and
they were brought up with the platinum spoon for sure, but they have also built their own wealth and influence on top of what they were born with. They are the creme de la creme of utilizing social media.
They're the anti-Trump. They're the anti-Trump, because if Trump had left his money that he inherited from his father in a CD all this time, he'd have much more money than he has right now.
Looking at these numbers, but again, this is getting away from the point of Trump cracking down on anti-Trump media and shutting it down, and who's going to cower out. And
they're going to try, but it's going to be difficult.
He's not even in office, and he's already doing it. Again, it wasn't easy to get ABC Disney to cough up $15 million to his fucking library and say, okay, we'll kiss the ring. So if you can intimidate somebody that big, Disney. You think this little Maddow girl on TikTok is going to have the stones to stand up to him?
What do you mean influence Disney? Who?
Disney? Trump.
No, because
Trump just got Disney to say they were wrong in ABC, Cap Cities, to say they were wrong and kiss his ring and say, here's $15 million, we'll play nice, and you can use this against us.
Yeah. And
That's
Disney,
what, and you're saying they'll try. They got the ABC to bend the knee. You don't think they can get this fucking kid with the fucking weird haircut and the dopey glasses to bend the knee?
No, because Disney is still doing anything they want in Florida. Remember when the Tiny Man?
I'm talking about the media outlet of ABC bending for Trump to be more positive and give him better.
You're still relying on all. You're saying that's like the traditional media is the end all be all, and what we're saying it's not. Yeah, it's bad.
I am not saying that. I am not saying that. I'm saying Trump is making good on his promises to crack down on anti-Trump media before he's even in office, and you're seeing big players with power fall quickly, bend their knee, lay down, and play dead for him quickly before he's even gotten power. I think a young person.
I think you're just seeing an opportunity for him to make some money. Because that's the only way he makes money. Sue.
No, that's not the only way he makes money.
He also stealing, rip off.
Yeah, but I mean, you know what you're gonna get.
Yeah, but the fact is, you're trying to say that this girl's got the stones to stand up to this. In the long run, I don't think any of these.
You're not listening. I'm not just saying this girl.
No, but people like her. The people out there doing alternative, what they call alternative media,
and have more power and influence than, let's say, an ABC.
See,
I don't think so.
My take is okay. So my take is that people like her are doing it because they believe in it. They're not doing it for the financial gain. It's like, I think she would do it if she had 30 followers or if she had 30 million followers. I think she would still be doing it because she actually believes in it. Now, people like ABC, but not people, because ABC is not a person. But the stockholders of ABC, Disney, ESPN, those things, they're there to make money. Okay, so if they give Trump $15 million a day so they can be around tomorrow to make billions, they'll do it. Okay, so they're bending the knee, but they're also investing in their future because Trumpism won't be around.
I think that's a fair point. I get your point, and I think it's a fair point that when it comes to playing for the corporate interest, but that's not what we're talking about when we're talking about cracking down. He's basically shutting people down, saying we're going to take your ability to broadcast away from you. In some cases, that means jailing them. He's not in power yet. He's using the civil courts right now. Once he gets in power, the plan is, and unless you think he's either lying, incompetent, or just kidding, one of those three, then you have to accept him at face value. What the plan is to lock up alternative media, lock up any media that is not being nice to him. People
think he's lying. I don't think he's lying. I think he's trying to scare people into doing what he wants to do, even if he can't do it. It's like a dog in the yard who's chained up, and the dog knows if he catches the car, he doesn't know what to do with it. But he can bark at the car, and people may drive around the dog, realizing that they're safe in the car. And this is not a perfect analogy, but Trump is that barking dog, certainly with the teeth showing, hoping that people will do what he wants, so he doesn't actually have to try to bite them, because he really his teeth will fall out if he actually bites them.
Yeah. And I think when it comes to that traditional media, it's easy to look at that and say, oh yeah, they're going to roll over, but the future is not that type of media. The future is already here. And it's influencers. And
if that's the case, why did Trump win?
Because of influencers. Influencers helped him,
exactly,
especially in the young male demographic.
Exactly.
Yeah, and that's true. And it almost makes you wonder if maybe Trump will try to play some hand in the purchase of TikTok to an American company. Because yesterday he was quoted as saying he has a soft spot for TikTok because he won the youth on TikTok. By 34 points.
That has nothing to do with his view on TikTok. His view on TikTok changed when the CEO of TikTok gave him some money.
Right.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They met and
doesn't give a shit.
But again, the bottom line here, and I think you guys are missing my point. Is the bottom line is he's using his power to amplify pro-Trump voices on all these networks, on all these outlets, whether it is alternative media or mainstream media, and using his power to subjugate the opposition media in every way he possibly
you're not
can.
wrong. The left now just needs the left needs somebody to just fearmonger them into also hating mainstream media, so they all flood to.
Which comes back to my original point, exactly what I was saying. Those people who really are those voices, the powerful ones, not this girl with 3.2 million, but the people who have 100 million and dedicated long-term deep dive listeners, will they be intimidated? It seems a lot of them already are. If you follow them as closely as I do, they are already being and cutting back on their anti-Trump rhetoric, and people coming out and saying people going to Mar-a-Lago.
There's plenty of it out there. Have you been on the internet?
Yeah. You know who Kyle Kalinske is?
No.
He's one of the fucking top left-wing voices in punditry. You don't know who he is, so don't give me this. Oh, have you been on the internet bullshit? That's fucking weak.
But then what?
It's pathetic.
It's still, and you're going by another niche though.
No, I'm not. I'm going by influences and the left, and Kyle hasn't bent the knee yet, and he's one of the people I'm hoping will not bend the knee. But I'm saying these people on his level are you're seeing them quickly become right wingers. You see people who were hardcore left wingers bending the knee and going, whether it's for money or fear, are becoming right wingers.
No, what GD said is right. They are a large corporation. $15 million is a drop in the bucket. You give it to them and you keep going on. Is he doing shit? Yeah, of course. But to say it's end all be all with him, no, it's not. This is just this is typical corporate bullshit, because corporations do this. They push money to make a problem go away.
So you think Rachel Maddow will continue to just keep on saying what she was saying, even though she works for a corporation? She's on the internet
has
as well.
a business model. Okay, MSNBC has a business model, and even though Joe and Mika they may have caved. That's not MSNBC. Okay, Joe and Mika caved for their reasons. God help them, but MSNBC still has an audience. They're making their money from the left. If they go ahead and just bow down to Trump, the people on the left are still going to want their news from somewhere. Okay, we don't disappear. The people on the left who don't want Fox, who don't want OAN, they're not going away. They still are going to need some place to turn to get news. Okay, so if MSNBC discards them, they're making a poor business decision, because that's tens of millions of people that they'd be isolating. They can ride this through. Maybe Joe and Mika can't. I don't know.
CNN and MSNBC ratings plunged by half, reaching 30-year lows. Billionaires are paying attention.
Well, here's the thing. At the end of the day, we can't ignore the movement of people flip-flopping sides and bending knees and all of that. At the end of the day, we're gonna have to just wait and see what they do, because yes, he's already making waves. He's not even in office yet. When he gets in the office, then it's either gonna get really, really, really bad, or it's gonna get really bad. Either way, it's gonna get bad. Whether it's the way Ron explained it or the way you explained it, Matt. Either way, we're fucked. And at this point, there's nobody willing to try to do anything about it from the top down. Biden's giving into it. Everyone's giving into it. So at this point,
please don't say everyone's giving into it. It's not everyone. Everyone is not giving into it.
But the people that are visible, that are giving into it, it's very visible.
Yeah,
it's true.
Yeah,
but again, at the end of the day, we don't know how far these people are going to go, how much money they're going to push, if they're going to push money, if Trump's going to go all in, or if this is just a way for him to stay out of prison and pad his bank. It could be all the above. But the last thing we need to do is kill each other over it and
Do you want to respond to that? Wait, you're saying everybody isn't getting into it. Give us examples of people who are holding strong.
Okay, well, since I'm a person and I haven't caved, I'll say I'm not part of everyone. There's one person right there. All right, so there. Literally, right there. Everyone is not. That's what I'm saying. Everyone is not doing it. When we start taking these absolutes sound absolute, and they're not.
That's why I fixed my statement that the visible people who have
I'm invisible now. Why? Because I'm black? Is that
yes.
it? Oh my God.
No. Well, no, it's
actually that makes you more visible.
It's because you're black and poor. No, it's I'm white and poor. I don't matter any more than you do. But listen, look, I'm half a person, you're 3/5. We're both fucked. Okay. Now, anyways, the point is at the end of the day, it's gonna be a shit show. But those of us that are it's Carl. But those of us that are together, we just gotta fucking stay together and just either fucking batten the hatches and ride it out till he's fucking gone and people realize the mistake they made, or B, just fucking hope it doesn't get that bad. I mean,
well,
outside of violence at this point, I don't really think there's a whole lot that can be done because everyone it feels like there's not enough there hasn't been enough resistance to slow it down. So
okay, so things that are not getting a lot of airplay right now because these things are working quietly in the background. ACLU has been building up its coffers and taking Trump to court, and also preparing in advance their court cases against Trump. Democratic governors have been forming their alliances or solidifying their alliances in the background to get ready for court challenges and things of that nature. Things like for example, the Texas AG is trying to sue New York because New York isn't stopping their doctors from sending mifepristone out of state lines. So these battles are taking place, quietly because a lot of people aren't paying attention to them, but they all matter. Okay, it's not everybody's laying down their swords or falling in their petards. Some people are fighting back, even if it's a quiet fight, even if it's just going on in the background.
I don't disagree with you, but I mean, it has to be and get loud because the opposition is nothing but loud.
I understand, and I understand, but people, if you go by the appearance that because something's not making, it's like termites eating away at your house. You don't always hear them eating away at your house, and so next thing you know, your fucking house is falling.
You would hear a beaver, right?
Yeah, so not everyone's a beaver. Is what I'm saying.
No, we have beavers. The problem is a beaver. That's the thing. The problem is a beaver, and we're trying to throw pebbles at it, thinking it's going to scare it away. And instead, we need a mine. We need a pressure sensitive mine that it can step on.
We need
that's not a thing that exists right now.
We need loud. We need loud, but we also need the quiet effective. We need a shotgun effect. It's not just a silver bullet. We need the termites, and we need the
courts are going to be the effective way. The courts have already failed.
Well,
I'm saying termites in a broader sense, but
let me just say I have a lot of very proactive leftist friends now, more than I ever had in my life, and on social media. And Keith Lowell Jensen is one of those voices, and he's got a huge following. But all the people that he's connected to, I'm connected to in some way, and these are people who have been putting up the fight since 2015, even when Trump announced. And last night, Keith wrote, 2016 was bad. This is worse, so much worse. That was a loss. This is losing. Yeah, I know we have to fight. It's not time to wallow in dismay. I'm trying to believe it, but I don't. I've lost my will to resist. I've lost the belief that we're worth it. Humanity decided not to thrive, and I'm feeling I need to respect that decision. Maybe tomorrow I'll feel different. Maybe tomorrow I'll feel better. If tomorrow comes, today I'll do my best to be kind in this area that has rejected kindness. Now, almost everybody I know who was a pit bull for the left has commented, yep, I waved my white flag for sanity's sake. I've tuned out completely. I'm not even fighting anymore. I'm so overwhelmed and disgusted, I don't know what to do. This is over and over, like thousands and thousands of replies, all in this, like, yeah, I give up. There's nothing we can do.
How many followers?
How many? He's got like 100 and 2 million or something.
And how many of those are bots?
None of them. They're all fucking comedians. All these people I know. Again, I know all these people personally. I've hung out with them. I've had them on the show.
You may have misunderstood the question.
Huh?
You
No, not 100 million of them, but I know a lot of all those people commenting. I know every one of those people, every single one of them. And that thread goes on for there's probably about no exaggeration 300 or 400 comments under that. I know every single person who's commented on it.
Well, I think for a lot of
and you do too. You know a lot of them, or at least they're friends on your list.
I think a lot of
It's
people.
still not 100 million though.
No, not 100 million people. No, that's not the point. The point is these fucking people who are fucking pit bulls on the left are writing, "I give up." That's the fucking point.
Maybe they're not pit bulls then. Maybe they're just shepherds.
Well, maybe they just. I mean, maybe they're. Maybe just people are getting to the point where it's to them it's not worth losing everybody over everybody and everything over. For some people it is, and it's understandable that it is, and I don't judge anybody for making that decision. But I think for some people it's not worth for them cutting everybody off for it. And making a ruckus, which again, we need a ruckus in order to compete. But I mean, I think a lot of people are just to the point where they just want to get on with their normal lives.
Or are they just doom scrollers too?
I mean, dude, there's a plethora of those too. So I mean, again, at the end of the day, we just got to keep it together and just fucking, you know.
Yeah, I think you're totally missing my point. Is that not everybody, that is an absolute, but the feeling, the overwhelming feeling that there is absolutely no power left, and that the guy is going to be cracking down on alternative voices, has a lot of people saying, you know what, I'm already stopping. Like, for me, I'm not going to stop, but what can they take from me? They're going to fucking put me in prison. That's 3 square meals a day.
Well, that's what people want. Is like, oh, it's easier to give up. And yeah, right now it seems hopeless or whatever, but it's like, who gives a fuck? Come January, people will get back on the horse, because right now it's just a hand job and honeymoon stage. We're going to say stuff, but then too, you're also you're kind of hoping that Trump will actually be motivated. But we've seen him before. He's lazy. He likes campaigning. That's what he likes.
This also could just be, the calm before the storm, man. I mean, we got to remember too. Yeah. Right now it's the holidays. People don't want to bicker and fight and squabble at the moment, but you know what? We know people will gather and demonstrate. We know eventually people will fight back a little bit or a lot, depending. Because we've seen it before. It happened with, Black Lives Matter. We've seen it happen with January 6th. People will gather. They will do something. But I just think right now, it's just people are just trying to get through the holidays.
Weren't people just trying to get through the holidays in 2016 at this time?
Probably.
And they were marching. They were marching. They were putting up the fight. Now they're in contrast. Now they are saying all of them. I mean, one after another here, just laying down. Well, then
they're pussies because the fight has changed. They're pussies then because the fight has changed. This
doesn't matter. You can fucking insult them all you want, call them pussies and all that. The reality of the situation doesn't change.
But the reality is the situation has changed. So if you're going to fight, you have to adapt. And if you can't adapt to the change that's happening, then maybe you can't fight then.
Well, exactly. And if you can't fight back and you lose half your fucking team and the other team just keeps growing and your people are just giving up and waving the white flag, and a lot of these people are saying wave the white flag is exactly the language they're using. I surrender. I give up. I'm tired of fighting.
Oh, yeah, you have those people, but then you got new people that want to fight because the fight has changed. Because the conditions aren't the same as they were in 2016.
Plus we got to also it maybe also hasn't completely set in for some people yet. He's still not technically in office. So it just might not have settled in yet. Now, maybe once they see him going down that fucking parade route and doing the inauguration, it might strike people a different way. Instead of it, because instead of it being the normal grandeur, it might be like, oh, fuck. This is happening now.
Yeah, and I might hit a lot of them.
I don't think I could be wrong, but I don't think the Pussy Hat Brigade got engaged until January 20th, 2017. I don't think that they were in 2016. I don't think they were out with their hats and marching. I think they got together.
I think they were the day after the results were announced in 2016. They were marching on Washington.
Let me Google when did the pussy hats appear.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm looking at that now. It's 2017 Women's March.
2017,
right here.
They are a result of the Pussy Hat Project, which was a worldwide protest on January 21st, 2020.
Was there some? Yeah, but look for a protest. I think there was a protest after.
There were protests before that, but some of them were Black Lives Matters protests. Some of them.
No,
were
I'm talking about the election results protest right after the results were announced.
I'm talking about the pussy hat movement.
That video you're talking about, she's wearing a pink hat, but that's not a pussy hat. You're talking about the chick with glasses screaming at the top of her lungs when they're announcing the results.
Right.
Yeah, that was a pink hat, but not a vagina hat. Not like what we saw in 2017.
Yeah.
All right. So basically, the bottom line here, and where I started this conversation, is Trump. According to this political thing, most of the people who are in the business of reporting news are already pulling back their anti-Trump agenda as far as reporting news that is unfavorable to Trump. He's already influenced enough of these people to reduce their anti-Trump.
And these people
coverage.
work for large corporations.
Right. But they also influence the people who you're talking about are influencers. A lot of these people you're talking about who are the TikTokers, YouTubers, what have you, get their mainstream stuff from people like Rachel Maddow, people they used to get it from Morning Joe. Yeah.
Most people don't get their news like that anymore.
No,
though.
but I see what Matt's saying.
They absolutely do.
Because of the fact that a lot of people don't. There's a lot of them that just have multiple fucking screens going with all the major news going, and they're taking notes, and then they add their spin on it, and then they put it out on their social media.
Exactly. They're not journalists. They're not going out and doing hardcore journalism on their own. They're relying on people who have journalism pools.
And why is that?
Because they don't have the money for it.
No, they do. These are
they don't have the money. Yes, if some of these people had the fucking money to send people out and do investigative journalism, they'd be doing it. They don't have the fucking resources to do it. So they rely on people who do have those resources. That's where they get their information from. Nobody was turning up the P-tape stuff without having people doing investigative journalism on it. Nobody was doing the Russia connection stuff without having investigative journalists on it. If you don't have those people in the trenches doing the work, you rely on those people who do have those resources.
And why is that? Because they are
because of money.
No, yeah, because they're trying to save money. They are making money. 50 years ago, the news division never made money. It was an accepted fact across all these companies. The news division never makes money. The news division should never make money. But that changed with cable news, and now it's all about money. Look at the narratives. That's why people don't look at regular fucking news like that anymore. They've left.
Speaking of news, we missed the 10 o'clock news, and our guest is here.
Yeah, no, I wasn't.
Welcome to Minucci's.
Yes. I don't know who this is. It says the extraordinary. It's the extraordinary Thomas Moon. I don't know. I did not know he had extraordinary in his title.
I just wanted to. I forgot to mention something this morning. Today is also National Immigrants Day, and it's also Flake Appreciation Day. So please say
what Appreciation Day?
Flake Appreciation Day. So please say I love you to your dandruff and your quirky friends.
And this is the last time we have to celebrate Immigrant Day too, right, GD?
Yeah, it's Migrant Day. Today is National Migrant Day.
Oh, definitely the last time we'll have to celebrate that one.
I'm not sure what to do with Thomas Moon there. It looks like an orb, like he's over New Jersey or something.
Nope, there he is. I see a head.
Oh yeah, I see a face now. Thomas Moon is a young adult who had overcome tremendous obstacles, kind of like Stephen, in his life. He's a college graduate, small business owner, and speaker. Despite having cerebral palsy and being a product of a foster system, he's determined to succeed. He was abandoned, neglected, and abused as a baby, kind of like Stephen, and placed in foster care and continued to suffer neglect and abuse. Now he's a motivational speaker, and he's here to get us all rah-rah up and think the world is a good place to be. Good morning, Thomas.
Good morning.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
All right. Get us all motivated. Come on, here. Spotlight's on. Go.
All right. Well, I'll tell you a little about me. You said most of it. But I was born with a disability. I grew up in foster care. And I was adopted at age 11. Most of my life, people told me I was stupid, but go nowhere in life. And I thought when I got my new parents, they kind of believed in me. They treated me like anyone else. They said, go where you want to go, be what you want to be. So that's what I did. I decided to go as far as I can and not stop until I'm on my deathbed. So I got a college degree. I started my own businesses. I live on my own. And just I keep climbing success mountain, showing the people that said I would be nothing, that I'm something.
Wow. All right then. So we all motivated, or we all feel motivated now?
Let's fucking go.
Yeah, we're psyched up. No, good. It's good to hear that you've overcome all this stuff, but you know what? I'm not exactly sure. I feel like charged up right now, like motivated and ready to go and ready to tackle the world. In case you have not been listening this morning, I am the curmudgeon and pessimist who just thinks, you know what, we're all going to hell, so might as well let's just get high. Come on, motivate me, man. Come on.
Let's see. Well, most people like they get in a wall. They put themselves in what they call a freaking box, and they leave themselves there, and they think there's a brick wall that they can't get through. And what you have to do is you gotta step out of that freaking box and ram with all your might into that brick wall and bust through that brick wall into the other side. And the other side is what they call the beautiful field. That's where money, success, car, girlfriend, boyfriend, whatever you want, is on that side of the wall. So
Right.
you have to, that box is like, is the worst thing in your life. That box is holding you back. So you have to step out of that box, kick it, punch it, tell it that you're no longer holding me back. And that's it, I'm done with you. And just move forward and keep going forward. And only look back to see how far you came. That's the only reason to look back.
Now, Thomas, it says say you're in foster care system. What state? And was that it said you also?
I was born in Pennsylvania. What happened is when I had me and my half brother. He had the same mom, different dad. We never knew our mom. She left when we were like really young. But what happened is we went in front to give some reason at age 3. Then about age 4 or 5, we went back to my biological dad, where I guess something was going crazy. I don't know. But he decides to kidnap us, kinda, and run us down to Florida, where we stopped at a McDonald's. And at the McDonald's, we got food, we sat at the table, having fun, whatever. And my dad says he had to go to the bathroom, and 2 hours passed, and he never came back. So we were kids, so we didn't really notice. but people next to us wondered where he went, like where he was. So they ended up calling the police and ended up putting us back in the foster care. So we've been in foster care in Florida from 6 or 7 to about almost 12. And I was adopted by the Moon family.
Wow. Thomas, any way you could move that camera up so that we're not staring at your chin?
Oh, sorry. Yes.
Yeah.
I got a beautiful chin.
So what exactly do you do, Thomas? Do you go out and give like motivational speeches? Are you a keynote speaker? What exactly? What is your thing?
I try and do keynotes, so anyone that wants a speaker that just empowers people, like get them ready to take on the future and like a bigger and better future. So either your situation with the disability or just situation in general where life is just fucking you over and you're sick of it and you want a better future.
Kind of like
And
the gatekeepers, right?
you don't know when to get there. So I'm like, yeah, like you said, the gatekeeper. I'm like, why to hopefully kick you in the butt to get you moving where you need to go.
All right. Now, when you're doing what you do, you're doing your thing. Are you doing ballroom speeches from a big stage, and do you do like an hour, or what do you do? This is what I'm trying to get at.
Normally, I can speak from anywhere from 20 minutes to an hour and a half. It kind of depends on the topic, like what they want me to speak about, and just how the conversation is going. Like when people are asking questions and all that. It just all depends on what's going on. Sometimes I don't stick. I have a speech, but I don't stick like 100% to that speech. I do it verbatim. I do it from memory, and just if I have something to say, I'm gonna say it and just take it as it goes.
Okay, Thomas, I have a question for you. This is more political than anything else.
Oh no!
But in the political realm, especially on the conservative side, they like to attack DEI, but they're doing it through race. Always DEI is always like a race thing with them. It's like diversity, equity, inclusiveness. They're always saying race, racist, but
gender too. To be fair, gender.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah, it's true. Race and gender, but part of DEI is also people who are, in your situation, people with disabilities. So, are you in any way fighting back or countering that narrative on that side? So, because it seems like they're forgetting that you're part of the DEI that they want to get rid of.
Yeah. Well, you know what? Let me just say before you answer that, I get I don't ever want to take sides with the anti-DEI people, but when you hear people saying I'm not going to get on a plane because if the pilot is black, that's bigotry. But if I see a guy like Thomas being the pilot of my plane, I am going to be a little nervous. I'll be honest with you. I'm not pulling that punch there.
Hey, you know what? I get that to an extent. I mean, I get people get nervous when I drive.
Yeah,
I'm not talking about that's situational. That's situational. I'm referring to the philosophy. When they talk about DEI, they're not saying, "Well, I don't want that black guy driving my plane," or they not, or that blind man flying my plane. They are, saying race and gender, plain and simple. I'm talking about more of a they're excluding the other parts of DEI, and I was just wondering how he felt about it and what's he doing to counter it.
Go ahead, Thomas.
I'm trying to see the best way to answer this. I talk about everything from gender, race, age, disability, you name it, anything that makes a difference. To me, I'm trying to show people that no matter your situation, people say, yeah, people get scared when they see me, like, if they see me, like, I'm the pilot of a plane. I don't blame them that they're scared, but my goal is to make them unscared. So they feel comfortable that I'm driving the plane and it'll be the best experience they've had in so long. And I want to show people that, whatever your situation that, it doesn't matter. You're black, green, yellow, purple. You can do whatever you set your mind to. So,
You believe that as a universal truth that you can do whatever you set your mind to?
Yes.
Really?
It's just
Don't.
it,
Don't.
You
Don't.
think I could play football professionally?
In the electric football league, yeah. In the collegiate league, you could play professional
Anything
collegiate
I set
football.
my mind to, like
Play
right.
Madden professionally.
yeah, you could try. And I don't know you personally, you could at least try, but I can't say that you're gonna 100% be out there running the football, making touchdowns and making millions of dollars. But you can at least try. That's the that's kind of the
Yeah, I
me.
think a
That's
big
a determinant.
I think
That's
a
a
big part of the message
determinant
probably
factor.
should be to just enjoy going after whatever you want to go after, not to necessarily set unrealistic goals. And I think if I were to set a goal of myself playing in the NFL, that would be completely unrealistic. It's not going to happen. But that doesn't mean I can't enjoy the the pursuit,
Yes,
right?
yes, yes.
Um,
No, what college did you graduate from?
Rasmussen College. It's
Where is
a
that?
it's a college throughout the U.S. Like they have in different states. But I went to the college in Florida, and I took some online classes, some like in person classes, and I graduated. I think it was a 3 year, like the way like I guess structured it. It went from matter of most 4 years bachelor degrees, 4 years. But they kind of like the way they did it, it made it only 2 years. I could have made it longer. It just decided it was how fast I wanted to move, and I wanted to get it over and start my life, starting making things happen. So I went as fast as I could.
Uh, here you go. Moonscapes.org. On your Facebook page, there was a typo, I guess. It says moonscapes.org. Now, you're nominated for something. What exactly are you nominated for that you want people to vote for you?
What there's many awards, but one award is called the Delio Valdez Award. And what the Delio was is he was good for like advocating and showing people that he just no matter what like his disability, he's not like he was showing people that he wasn't his disability. Like I'm not my wheelchair. I'm me. I'm Thomas Moon. That's who I am. So when you look at me, don't look at my wheelchair and make your determination off of my wheelchair. Make the determination off of me, Thomas Moon, my experiences, where I went, what I do. So that's kind of what he did. So they love the story, like what I did in life. So I won that award, and it's just to show people that there's more to life than what kind of situation you're in. Kind of what you see in life is not what life is. There's much more that it could be.
Okay. what what is now what do you hope to accomplish do you have long-term goals on what you hope to physically produce, like a way of metrics and saying, here's where I've made a mark on the world?
Okay, my say I'm already stay on the level. I'm on my own level of being like Tony Robbins, like Zig Ziglar and all them. But my goal is to be as big as them, change people's life all around the world. Just even if it's a few people, just changing a few people's lives, knowing that I made a difference in their life, and their life is so much better because of me, like what I said, the image I portray, and just that like I got through to them, and they decided, hey, I'm gonna make something out of my life and stop feeling sorry for myself.
Do you know your website's down right now? If I go to squeakywheelchair.org or
Yeah,
squeakywheelchair.com,
Squeaky
moonscapes.com.
Witcher is my blog, and I stopped doing my blog, so mainly now I have my website. Then I do like video blogs. So on
Where is that? Because
YouTube,
I'm trying to find it right now, and
on
nothing's coming up.
YouTube, on YouTube, it's called. I think I'm under TJ Wheelchair.
Now,
Cause
what's with the squeaky part, the squeaky wheelchair part? What is the
um,
significance?
to the Squeaky Witcher is what I named my blog. Then I named it my book. I wrote the Squeaky Witcher, and it's kind of what originally what made me choose that title is I used to younger before I went to college. I used to use a walker all the time, and the wheels on my walker would squeak constantly. So, like when I was at church or doing whatever, they would squeak, and people could not help but stare at me and wonder what's going on. So I figured, why not call it the squeaky wheelchair? And my thing is, if you squeak your wheels, that's how you make things happen. You just can't stay like in one place. You can't stay sitting on your couch doing nothing and expecting to happen. You have to actually, you gotta get out there and make things happen.
I am looking desperately for your stuff now. I did find the YouTube channel here. When I do a YouTube channel search for you, this comes up, unfortunately. But here we have youtube.com/at TJ Wheelchair. TJ.
Yeah,
Anyway, now the book. What is the book? Is the book a manual, like a how-to manual? Is it a motivational story, like a memoir? What's the
It's like it's a combination of different topics, like things like living on your own, getting through life struggles, like being educated, just more of a motivational thing, but also something that shows people how
uh,
they can make the life better than what it is. just
right.
get through. Like sometimes they feel like that brick wall. That brick wall is holding them back, and they just, no matter how hard they hit that wall, it just ain't budging. So the book is to show people that there were ways to bust down that brick wall, and I
Gotcha.
give them the way.
You got to make it easier for people to find the book, Thomas. This is one of the. I just kind of think I found it on Amazon, but it was like a struggle of clicking here and there and going everywhere possible.
If you go to my website,
Your website's down. That's what I'm trying to tell you.
The two when I go to the main site, the main website I use is www.disabilityspeaker.org, and on that website is the link to my book, and basically it takes you to Amazon. So you can either go to Amazon and type in the name of the book, or just an easier way is to go to the website. Just click on the link and it just takes you right there.
Okay, I think I got the link here that I could share with people. It was a long.
It depends if you want to take the time or you don't. It's up to you.
Okay. The book is called The Squeaky Wheelchair, right? That's the simple title of the book.
Yeah. Yes.
Let me post it here for people. Now, have you heard from people who've come to your speeches who basically leave I don't know, reviews or talk about the difference you've motivated them to overcome things in their lives? Have you heard? You have testimonials from people like that?
Yes, on my website I have
Wow.
a testimonial page, and like the different events, I have like maybe 2 or 3 different testimonials of each event where they just share like the how they felt and the difference I made, and just
That's way too big a
like
URL.
what
Hold
they
on.
thought about my speech. And
Right. I got to try
No,
and
man, size doesn't matter. Size doesn't matter, man.
Well, no, but nobody's gonna follow that and write it all down. Here's a shorter link. Here you go. Hold on. Should have done this earlier, but I did look on Sunday. I spent hours looking for your stuff. This is what I'm saying. You got to make it. There's the link that's much easier there. Amazon.to/49GNJOL. There you go. When you can get the book there. Thomas, listen. I thank you for being. How did you find us? How'd you find this program?
I think I was searching on Facebook, finding one of the podcast groups, and I just saw your information, and I said, "Hey, I'm gonna reach out and see if they want me on the podcast."
All right. Well, thanks for being here.
And
We
just
appreciate
get you guys.
your story. And listen, I don't. I am a curmudgeon, but I do celebrate your overcoming disability and overcoming odds against you, and I appreciate all that. I'm not sure that it necessarily gets me ready to tackle. You know, I'm still going to make excuses. I'm still going to be the loser I've been. Sorry.
Yeah.
I'm not becoming a winner because you're a winner.
Yeah.
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 Anyway.
I know that I don't expect you to be a winner just because I'm a winner.
All right,
My
I'm a
goal
winner.
is just to be that spark that hopefully put the fire under your butt to get you at least moving.
You know, Steven's in a wheelchair and he's got a fire under his butt.
Well, Matt, maybe a
it's
fire
just a
under your
rash.
belt will burn your cancer out.
It's just a rash. Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's just a match. It's just a big lighter. Anyway, thanks for being here, Thomas. Enjoy your day. Thank you for being part of the program, and we appreciate you. Keep on being a winner. Keep on motivating people.
Good luck with the book.
Yeah, good luck with the book. Thanks for being here. Bye for now. Thomas Moon, folks. Yeah. Anyway, you guys feel motivated now? You feel like a winner? You feel like taking on the world? You feel like we're going to win? Going to be a winner? All right. Go ahead.
I'm hungry still.
You hungry?
Yeah.
Grab a fucking Snickers.
I got chocolate chip cookies.
My blood sugar is too high for a Snickers. Maybe I can get rid of the S because I think
I
that
got
stands for
chocolate chip cookies here for you. Will that satisfy you?
It would do more than satisfy me, but this is the wonderful thing about this time of year. I am diabetic. My wife is on a diet, and we've gotten packages of all kinds of snacks. just inundated with snacks. Shit that's just going to make my blood sugar just crawl through the roof slowly but surely. And my wife says, I'm not going to eat this because I'm on a diet. It's up to you.
Right.
So I have like 20 pounds.
My wife is determined to make me a diabetic because the grandson has blood sugar issues, and we are getting the same snacks that you're talking about. People just sending stuff, and she brings them in here, and she says, "Here, hide this. Yeah, don't let Nicholas see this or whatever." So,
yeah, I'll hide it.
Do away with the evidence.
You'll never find it in my shit.
Right. So there I am lying in a diabetic coma on the floor, but the kid's okay.
Well, you're sacrificing for the greater good.
I welcome it. Listen, I want to be in a any kind of coma. I'm definitely ready. How do I sign up for the coma?
It's funny. My first wife, her grandmother was in her late 80s, early 90s, doing a course about marriage. And I would go visit her, and I said, Nana, do you want me to bring you anything? And she goes, well, if you could stop at Sam's Club and get me their orange cake. They had like this orange cake that was really good. And she said, but I can't eat a whole one. And I said, okay, I'll tell you what I'll do. I will buy a whole one. I'll cut it in half, and I'll bring you half the cake. And that was perfect for her. And so we did that once a month. But my ex-wife and my ex-mother-in-law used to get on me all the time. They said, why do you keep taking her cake? That could kill her. That could kill her. And so I went to Nana and I said, your daughter and your granddaughter don't want me to bring you cake anymore. She goes, fuck them. She said, fuck them. She said, I have outlived all of my siblings. I've outlived all of my friends. She said, I outlived half of my children. She said, they're not going to tell me how to live the last few years of my life. If I want to die from eating orange cake, damn it, I'm going to die from eating orange cake.
I appreciate that. I'm in the same boat. I've outlived everybody in my life too, so I get it, man. Definitely. Like, why can't I just
enjoy it while you're here?
Yeah, eat what I want, drink what I want, smoke what I want.
Fuck who I want.
Yeah. Well, fuck who I want is not going to happen. I mean, because you have to have permission.
Let him.
No, you don't have to have permission. We've learned that from Hegseth and Trump. You just have to have the wherewithal and the willingness to just ride out the consequences.
Are you following this Hegseth nonsense where he challenged people to show pictures or videos of him drinking on a job, and then people say, "Oh, challenge accepted. Here you go, boom, boom, boom." It's like all over Twitter now because he basically.
I guess when he said drinking on a job, he meant like on television and on duty at the base or something.
Yeah, I do have a couple showbiz stories if you want to do that.
Thank God.
Welcome to Minucci's.
Yeah, listen, I admire Thomas for what he's overcome. I don't feel like I'm just fucking coming off as a fucking mean. I don't want to be mean, but I don't feel like I'm going to get motivated. I understand he has done some great things with his life, and I applaud him for not giving in when the odds are against him. But I don't feel like that lights a fire under me to stop being the fucking loser I was born to be.
Now, would you felt better if you weren't staring up his nostrils?
What?
If you were like looking into his eyes and you could see the commitment, would that have made you feel any better as opposed to staring up his nose and guessing at the commitment?
I didn't see the nostrils. I was focusing on the chin. But
I was straight in the nostrils. I didn't even see his chin. He had a chin.
You have a better view than I do, I think.
Matt, where I thought you were going when you said, "Can you really do anything you put your mind to?" I was really waiting for you to say, have you tried really hard to think about walking?
Walking. And that's
Right.
that's where my
That's
brain
why I
went.
was like, that's why I was like, Matt,
that would be.
don't do it.
Now you
don't.
are the mean one. No, that would. I believe me. That did cross my mind. But I do have somewhat of a tiny little filter in there that said, "Don't go that far." But how can I not
Matt,
make this about
I
him and
believe
make
you
it
have
about
a
me?
filter. I just didn't know it was strong enough to actually work.
Yeah, no. But so the idea was like, how can I make this about me and my limitations and my shortcomings? And the first thing I came with, but there could have been many things. Like,
Listen, I was ready. My legs were about to start working, so I could get up and walk away when you were going to drop that one.
Yeah,
Like, oh, no.
When you said that, man, I was really waiting for you to say, "Have you tried walking?"
Right, you can do anything. That's an extreme mean point to make, but it's an accurate point to make. But this idea that you could do anything if you put your mind to it, it's kumbaya thinking. It is. I mean,
but I mean, you got to realize for somebody in his position, I mean, that's really all you got to really grasp onto. Because in his situation, his existence is completely dependent.
Right, going to college was considered, and graduating college was considered impossible, and he did it. So good for him. Yeah,
he beat me. I dropped out of college.
When I see a guy in a wheelchair rolling across the finish line at a marathon, I just look at him and say, "You fucking lazy bastard."
You know what?
Why was somebody
That's
pushing
exactly
him?
Why I've never done a marathon.
Get out and walk it. Crawl
it's a 2K run. It's a 2K run, not a 2K roll.
No. Hey, here's the real reason I've never done a fucking marathon, okay? Because here's the thing. When you bastards get done with the marathon, you can sit down and rest your legs. When I get done, I have to still eat with my legs and shit and wipe my ass with my legs and everything else with my legs. I can't even jerk off without using my legs. You see the difference? That's why we don't do marathons, because it's fucking tiring.
Well, you know what? You lost me when you said when you guys finish marathons, because like I wouldn't even start a marathon, never mind finish one.
Stephen, you confused me when you said a fucking marathon, because I thought of the 500 that Matt was talking about the other day, the lady who did the 500. I said, really, Stephen, you're participating in a fucking marathon? Does your wife know? Does she approve?
Yeah, I'm not.
You got to remember, for the vast majority of folks in my situation, a fucking marathon isn't on the radar. So
yeah. All right, let's do some show business.
Hey guys, I'm gonna get out of here. Actually, my ride is gonna be here in about 5 minutes. I will see you guys tomorrow.
My ride's here.
Good luck with your show.
Thanks, buddy.
Yeah. All right. Well, Stephen, always remember that you can do anything you set your mind to.
And now, bringing you the latest in entertainment news from Hollywood, New York, and East Bumfuck, Montana. Here's our chief entertainment correspondent, Ron Kane. Ladies and gentlemen, it's showbiz.
It's showbiz. It's showbiz. Oh,
Showbiz, everybody. Brought to you by.
Welcome to Minucci's.
Yes, Minucci's. Please stop in today and get their latest sale, leftover Jello. So
my eyes suck. It looks like Breaking Bad. What am I looking at here?
Yeah, it's just Breaking Bad because Steven had mentioned Breaking Bad earlier. So it's like, why not use that? That's all. It's
leftover. What flavors of leftover Jello? Is this pre-chewed Jello that people just or Jello?
No, that's the fun part. The Jello is just scraped into a bucket. So who knows?
So they got it from the glory hole.
Hey, I don't want to question Minucci's business practices. They're a family business. They've been open for years, and I think they only got 5 or 6 deaths on their book, so it's not bad. Right?
They're in Pennsylvania. That's not bad at all.
Wow.
No, it's you
guys are brutal.
If they're in Pennsylvania, that's like a 5-star rating.
So this is Tom Cruise. Apparently, Tom Cruise was awarded the Navy's highest civilian honor, which is the Navy Distinguished Public Service Award. This was done.
So is that for all of the publicity they got from the Top Gun movies?
Yeah, for sure. That's all this is about. So Tom Cruise now is the Navy's highest civilian honor. One of the people, I guess.
Yeah.
I don't know if you know this, But I don't know if GD was part of the program then. Were you when we had the guy who with the pilot?
The guy who did the one who was like a stunt pilot that also taught them about the flying shit.
Right. I think they like to say that Tom Cruise does all his own stunts, but he obviously doesn't fly fighter planes on his own. So this was the guy doing the fighter planes and training them on all that kind of stuff. But yeah, I don't know how I feel
his name,
about
but I
this.
remember the guy.
Navy's highest civilian honor. Like, you know what? You're not. That's stolen valor. You want to fucking get medals? Join the fucking service and go get shot.
But it is a civilian honor, so it's not really stolen valor. He did a lot for the armed services. They get a lot of recruits from things like Top Gun and
Right.
like the sponsorship that they get at the NFL when they do the flag shit.
Yeah,
you know, in the beginning of those
you're right.
games.
He helped with recruitment without a doubt. I don't know if the movie did and all the the whole
Call of Duty, all those things. They help with recruitment.
He looks a little like a cross between Tom Cruise and Stuttering John. We call him Stuttering Tom Cruise.
Yeah, well, he's like in his 60s now. I think Tom Cruise is.
Yeah,
but he's not too old to make another Mission Impossible movie.
No.
We'll see when the running scene comes up because he prides himself on his running. He say even on his Twitter handle says, "I run in movies." Like he likes the running scenes. We'll see how he runs.
We'll see what happens when in the Mission Impossible movie he pulls up and he has to get one of those handicapped parking spaces.
The greatest show in town is Huckleberry Hound, even though they call it Bluey. It looks like Huckleberry Hound.
Yep. So there is a Bluey movie in the works, and if you don't know what Bluey is, you probably don't have young kids. But this is the current craze with the young kids. They love Bluey.
Bluey.
Yeah, so this is going to be, it's owned by Disney. So, of course, there is a movie currently in the works and will probably be released sometime, I don't know, next year or maybe the year after.
I look so forward to that. Hopefully somebody will stand over my grave and play it.
Are any of your grandkids in the Bluey?
No, they're too old.
Too old, okay. You never know. So here we go. There were 25 films entered into the National Film Registry. Let's see, got the list here somewhere.
Me and GD are going to redo the scene from Dirty Dancing. He's going to play the whatever her name is, and I'm going to play Patrick Swayze.
Yeah, so obviously Dirty Dancing, Invaders from Mars, which is from 1953, The Texas Chainsaw Massacre from 1974 has been entered.
Wow.
Up in Smoke, Cheech and Chong, 1978 has been entered. Star Trek, Star Trek 2, The Wrath of Khan, 1982.
That was a good one. That was a good one.
I'm shocked that Cheech and Chong's Up in Smoke was 78. I thought it was earlier than that because I thought I was still in high school and, trying to roll joints with the big bamboo paper that came in the album. I'm surprised it was that late.
Beverly Hills Cop from 1984. Dirty Dancing was 1987. My Private Idaho is on here, which I thought was an interesting one from 1991. If you've never seen that, it's a very gay Keanu Reeves and a very gay River Phoenix kissing each other.
Right. I remember that movie. I don't remember watching it, but I remember the movie. Any Nicolas Cage movies make it? And when I'm thinking specifically like Raising Arizona, not like Face Off and shit like that. But
some of the other ones, Spy Kids from 2001, No Country for Old Men, which is 2007.
That was a weird movie, wasn't it?
Yeah, but he was one of the best serial killers, most intense serial killers.
No Country for Old Men makes a lot of sense. It's a great story. It's fucking dark as hell. And then the last one here on the list from 2010, The Social Network has been entered into the registry.
I'm just curious now because this is preserved for preservation. They're like out there forever. It's not like movies back in the 30s and 40s where you have to find a copy that hasn't degraded.
Yeah.
I don't understand what they're preserving it for.
It goes into. They get a copy of the film, and it gets preserved. It gets put away in a vault somewhere forever.
So after the apocalypse, I'm saying by the government.